chubby kid lost in the crowd, and I saw this crippled woman. She picks up the gravel, the sand that this man walks on, wipes it on her face, and stands up. And so week after week, I grew up seeing blind people see and deaf people hear. The same man whose gravel she picked up would look at a person in a wheelchair, and he would say, "Why are you in this wheelchair? You're not sick. Stand up." And the person would say, "But I haven't walked in 10 years. I haven't walked in 15 years. I can't walk." And he would simply say, "Do you believe?"
Right.
Well, yeah, of course I believe. I believe in the power. I believe in God. So why the hell are you sitting down? Stand up. If you really believe, stand up. A person would come in with crutches and hadn't walked in 5 years. They would say, "Throw your crutches away," "But I can't walk." "Do you believe?" Yeah. Well, if you really believe, then prove it. Stand up.
Yeah.
Let the crutches go.
Wow.
And so week after week, I grew up seeing, I guess you could call them miracles, but I didn't think of them as miracles as a young boy. I just saw it as ordinary, everyday occurrences.
That was your norm.
That was my norm. Go to school, brush my teeth, see these people stand up out of wheelchairs. This man was my father. And so he built 300 churches in Ghana, West Africa. At his height, I would say in the 80s, early 90s, probably 1 million followers in his congregation. Had a huge church in London, about 4,000 to 5,000 people every Sunday. And so I was blessed to grow up with this spiritual master, sort of guru, teacher, minister, healer.
Sensei.
I call him an African Sai Baba, because he was a combination of T.D. Jakes, Beckwith, and Les Brown, and Muktananda, giving Shaktipat to people.
Right.
So it was a real blessing. I grew up with a sense that everything was possible, that there were no limits to what was possible, if you believed.